For more than 20 years, CTV has captured the moments that matter in our community. From our studios in St. Clair, you're watching Focus with Paul Dingeman.
Well, as we move through the month of November, right? I got a great lineup of guests here today, and beginning with a whole group of people from wonderful Marine City. Andrea Shink, nice to see you.
Thank you, nice to see you again.
The coordinator of Holly Jolly Christmas.
Yes.
God, we need people like you. And from the craft show, we got Candy Cadena. Nice to see you again. And down here, the old president of the old...
Secretary.
Oh, I'm going to make you the president. You've been president over the years.
No.
No, never?
Nah, secretary for 13 years. 13? No.
Of the old Newsboys
15
of
years.
Marine City. Is it the old Newsboys and girls? No,
Nope.
just boys.
Old Newsboys Association of Marine City.
Okay.
That's
Well, you're all here to talk about what's going on in Marine City. Let's start with George, because you started all of this stuff, which is joyful.
I didn't start it, but it was one of those things where, we help kids in our Marine City Area Fire Authority area. And that just is basically what Marine City Fire Department handles.
Right.
Anything out of that, I'm sorry, we can't help the kids.
Right. We gotta have
a cutoff someplace. Right. And so we used to do the old interview and find out what the sizes of the clothes are and shoes and all that, and shop at Kmart. We don't do that anymore. We get a gift certificate, give them a clothing voucher from Myers at 26 Mile Road in 94. And they go out and do shopping on...
Much easier.
Much easier on us and them and everybody. And so it works out pretty well. In order to get in the system, you have to go to our website on Facebook, which is Old Newsboys, and it says and Girls Marine City. We haven't changed that yet, but just go to that site. There is a web address, not a web address, email address, that you send the required information. It's listed there as your name and address and kids and all that kind of stuff. And then you will get a confirmation back from us to let you know that you are in the district and you can end up picking up the voucher on the 14th. We have a cutoff date of December 1st to get your information in. And if you aren't in by the December 1st, I'm sorry, we can't help you. Everybody has a cutoff date, and in order for us to get everything done and in line and everything, we do that. We also collect toys locally. We collect, again, my wife is making a quilt that's going to be raffled off. And, we provide a bag of candy if people want to take it. We used to do a lot of hats and mittens from mitten trees, and we found that we got stuck with a lot of hats and mittens because the kids didn't want them. So now they're a sock tree.
Oh, that's a good idea.
So people buy packages of socks and give them to us, and we just hand it from there. And when they come and get their voucher, they come and pick up a bag of socks or whatever.
Good idea.
So it works out pretty well that way.
How many kids did you help last year?
Last year we did 247.
That's wonderful.
Out of 129 families. 125 families. Year before we were 240 kids and 110 families. Year before was 207, and I don't know how many families.
So you help a couple hundred every year. That's wonderful. That's wonderful.
It worked out pretty well.
December 1st is the big key date for you.
Yeah, the cutoff date for people to sign up. Okay. And if you sign up after, so sorry.
Okay.
Even though we try to help the kids, parents have to take a responsibility in this in getting help for their kids by a certain date. And so that works out pretty well, and we've got some fundraisers and craft shows and.
Well, speaking of the craft show.
Craft show
next to you is Candy. When is the craft show? There's the poster for it.
Yeah, the craft show is December 7th, and we have lots of crafters. We have 35 crafters this year.
Wonderful.
And actually, we have like 3 crafters that are about 12 years old.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're gonna.
What are they making?
They're going to have their parents there, of course. They're doing jewelry and things like that.
Wow.
They're really cute. They sent some pictures. They're really cute. of what they do, what they're doing. And then,
That's a great start.
yeah, they are. And then he talked, we're raffling off Mary Kay's quilt that his wife makes. And she's been doing quilts for a long time for us, for old Newsboys. She's 81 years old.
They'll throw that picture up of the quilt.
Yeah, that's
There it is,
a
right
very,
there.
very nice quilt. And that has all of our, as you can see, those are all of our,
Sponsors?
Business.
yeah,
No,
businesses
businesses
in
and
Marine
t-shirts.
City. Yeah,
You got
their T-shirts,
Little
Marine
Bar
City
and-
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So, I mean, she does a great job every year
Boards.
for us doing that. So we're going to be raffling those off, that quilt off. And we have like other raffles that we're going to be doing, raffle baskets.
there's the quote raffle.
We're going to have chili dogs we're going to be selling, and chips. And we'll
You're
have
making me hungry.
we'll have donuts, coffee, hot cocoa.
And where is the location?
The location is at Perch Point Conservation Club again this year.
Okay.
And
There are other raffles too.
yeah, there's other raffles. We have,
roll through the next two raffles there.
these-
Yeah, Wagon of Cheer,
yes,
Christmas Cheer. That's a good one.
that's a good one. That's going to have like lottery tickets, snacks, and of course booze. And you have to be 21 to purchase that ticket.
Okay.
And 21, show your ID
Yeah.
to get that ticket, to get that prize.
Okay, and the next one is.
This
This
is
is a big one.
This
This
is
is
the big
a
one.
nice ticket. That is, first prize is a Yeti cooler with 2 Yeti cups. Blackstone Grill has an air fryer with it on the grill.
Wow.
We have 2 gift certificates, one to VG's, our grocery store there, and one to Neiman's for $200, and a meat bundle. That's just first prize. Second prize is a PlayStation 5 with an extra wireless controller and 2 games. The third prize is $500 cash.
Wow.
So that's a big.
So those tickets are probably available now.
They are. You
as
can
well as.
Yep. You can purchase any of these tickets from any old Newsboys member. And now they can
Okay.
get them now. if
Okay,
you want.
wonderful.
Yeah.
wonderful.
So-
Then, the lady that brings Santa Claus to town.
Right?
Maria, how are
The
you doing?
Jolly.
Very good.
Talk to me about your events.
Oh, it's just so wonderful how it's really grown over the last couple of years, and we're really hitting a great stride. The community really comes together to put this on. The fire department has been kind enough
Yeah.
to make the hot cocoa, and they're going to be bringing that for us. The Rotary lets us use their trailer, and of course, Bill Clausen from the Rotary has a beautiful sleigh that he
Yeah.
parades Santa through town with. Santa's just the most amazing person ever, of course, as you all know. And we always have a child ambassador to greet him. And there's so many wonderful participants that just take everything to the next level. We've had participants like Jets Pizza, who've been with us for years, and they are tried and true. They always come out. Marine City Band always does their best to come out. Of course, last year we had a bit of a damp forecast, so unfortunately they had to cancel, but they are slated to come back again this year. We have last year's newcomer, Rush Power Sports, had a wonderful display with a Grinch on a mini bike driving around, trailing a Christmas tree you stole behind him. I mean, just the detail and love that's put into this is wonderful. And what I really love is that everyone shows up and no one has to spend a dime. This is
Yeah.
just for the good of Christmas, just to spread cheer. Everything that is available is for free and for everyone to have. Cookies, popcorn, cocoa, water, things like that. There are no vendors, there is no selling, there is nothing like that. It's just the spirit of Christmas being shared.
Before we started, you said you've got over 30 some events or units.
Yes, over 30 some units, including live animals coming through again this year. We had some ponies and llamas last year, which just delighted kids,
Yeah.
and I'm so happy to see them coming back again.
The parade route is the same as always?
Parade route is the same as always. We're going to go down South Water Street. We're going to end at 300 Broadway and have a little talk with Santa. He's going to light our tree for us, for the city. And then all the children can tell him their Christmas wishes. And he's so patient. He stays there the whole time and makes sure everyone is heard.
It's wonderful, isn't it?
Yeah.
The whole event is just so small townish, so great, and everybody's helping everybody else.
And we couldn't do it without our businesses.
Yeah.
You know, our businesses really help out a lot.
And the
in Marine
parade's
City.
on the 26th of November, Tuesday
Yep.
before Thanksgiving.
7
We
p.m.
have a paper sale, our annual paper sale on the 29th and 30th, Black Friday and Saturday.
Okay.
So you see us out there waving a paper around, stop and buy one,
Okay.
you know, and try not to run us over.
It's just a donation.
Yeah.
If you happen to be hungry on the 19th and need to have dinner, as we usually do every night, you could stop by Murphy's from 5 to 8.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
read that they're going to give you 20% off the sale.
Yes.
That's marvelous.
You should have a flyer.
It really
Yeah.
is wonderful. That really helps to pick up the odds and ends of the expenses of the parade, and even carry out. If you don't want to come in and eat, and you want to order some of their wonderful pizza to take home
Yeah.
to your family, it's a perfect time to do it, and it really does help us quite a bit. So we're very happy to have the turnout that night, and we do 50-50 raffle if you want to get in on some fun.
George, did you have something else?
No, I don't think so. Other than, you know, the craft show. And
It's the perfect time to become a member too,
Yeah.
as we get
Yeah.
through the season to get incorporated a little bit. It is as little or as much work as you want it to be. You don't have to chair a whole big event like Candy or I, or take on a major role like George. You can just be the person that goes and picks up the cookies,
Yeah.
or helps sell some raffle tickets, or
do the cleanup.
approaches a business for what's it, George?
Do the cleanup after the 300 Broadway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know,
help,
that kind of stuff.
right?
clean
Help
up.
direct traffic at the parade,
Yeah.
things like that.
Well, there's a lot of it happening, and you said you've got a Facebook page.
Yes, we have a Facebook page, and on it says Old Newsboys and Girls of Marine City.
Okay.
And just look on there, and that's for if you want to get help for your child and within our district.
Okay.
And if you'd
Go ahead.
if you'd like to join us to help children in the community, we meet at the fire hall there on South Parker in Marine City Wednesday nights.
7
at,
o'clock.
7 o'clock.
Okay.
Yep. So just walk on in, and we'll get you situated. It's a very nice group to be a part of.
And the craft show is on the 7th.
On the 7th.
I think, boy, we've got you
And
got
that starts that's from 10 to 4, 10 in the morning to 4.
at
Look for it.
the
Perch Point.
Perch Point.
Perch Point Conservation Club,
Right.
yep.
Okay.
Most of our activities are between October and December.
Yeah, we're,
Okay.
So it's not a yearly thing. I have to do some stuff beginning of the year and that kind of stuff. And a lot of this stuff that I do as secretary, I do ahead. I do stuff from December. I do it all the way to the next year.
Right.
You know.
Right.
But there's a lot of things that you don't know what you do that we do. That when you're working on a project, of all the different things that we started a list of all the different tasks that you have to do, and you can either do them yourself or farm it out to people that want to help. But we finally know what we're doing, I guess.
Well, let me be the first to say Merry Christmas to all
Merry
you
Merry
guys.
Christmas
Merry
to you.
Christmas,
And
Paul.
thank you for your efforts. You're really doing so many wonderful things for the people of Marine City. So that's great. And for the whole community, because the people come from miles around to see the parade. It's a great parade. So.
And if you, and
it
if you-
is.
and there shouldn't. I forgot my ID. all the members have IDs. They're laminated on a lanyard and that kind of stuff. And if you see somebody wanting to sell tickets or something, or do something that's
Get a hold
say
of it.
that say it's for the Old Newsboys and they don't have an ID, don't believe me.
Don't buy it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't buy from
Yep.
them.
Yeah.
All righty. We encourage everybody to get involved and come up on those dates and help volunteer and
Yep.
and have a great season again. So.
Yep. Merry Christmas to everybody.
Okay, very good. We'll be back with our next guest in just a second. Oh, we are back with a lady who is really busy, and we are so lucky to have you stop by today. Her name is, what's her name again? I don't remember.
Me neither right now.
Deborah Johnson, and Deborah Johnson has multiple hats she's wearing right now. One of them is the executive director or CEO of St. Clair County Community Mental Health, but the other one is the chairman of the United Way Foundation of St. Clair County's fund drive.
You're right.
You've got to be exhausted.
It is a lot, but it's it's worth it. It's a good
Yeah,
cause.
yeah.
So and one of the things that I like best about the United Way is that they help fund a lot of organizations that do work that directly supports what we do.
Yes, yes.
Or
So
complements us.
Complements
Yeah,
each
yeah,
other.
Yep.
Right.
So-
But let's begin first with election is finally over. All those commercials are done.
So happy
and I
about
love
that.
the first words you got here: gratitude and kindness. We need that after all that politics.
We sure do. We needed a lot of that probably in the last however many months that's been going on.
Yes.
But yeah, I think that it's important to talk about and not only talk about, but to practice gratitude on a daily basis. So when you get up in the morning, say, thank you for this day.
Yeah, yeah.
I am grateful for this day, and even it's just a little thing, and it doesn't just matter if it's because you're older or younger or whatever.
Right.
You're grateful for another day. You're grateful for the sunshine. You're grateful for the food that you get to eat. You're grateful for your family and your friends, because when you practice gratitude, it shifts your mind from maybe things that are missing in our lives to everything that we have. And you think about that, it makes you feel better.
Right.
So it's good for your mental health. And there's also research that shows practicing gratitude on a regular basis helps reduce depression, anxiety, those kinds of things, and just generally makes you happier. And another part of not just practicing gratitude, but also being kind. Being kind to other people, acts of kindness, things like helping somebody load their groceries in the car, hold the door open for somebody. Maybe
Those are little tiny little things that
and it doesn't
don't cost you anything.
it's super easy for you to do too. And expect things like maybe you've got a little extra, or maybe you're not in a big rush, but you see this person's like racing in the grocery store and they're like, I got to get through, and they got like 5 things in their hands or 2 things, and they need to get out because maybe they're going home to make dinner for other kids. And you say, hey, go ahead and go ahead of me.
Yeah.
Really? Yeah. And like it doesn't bother you. It takes you an extra couple minutes out of your day, but you're not in a big hurry, and somebody else is.
That's right.
So just all those little things add up, and over time, it does make a big impact. And even the whole being kind, gratitude, all those things releases. I was going to say reduces. It doesn't reduce. It releases like endorphins and things.
Oh, okay.
The things
okay.
that dopamine, the things that make you happy into your brain. So so there is proven science that backs that up. So don't just be nice to be nice. Be nice. I mean, well, be nice to be nice, but also because it's going to help you. You're going to feel better.
Kindness and gratitude, true important words.
And November 13th is National Kindness Day. So on that day, try to make a little even extra effort that day. Sometimes just leaving a Post-it note, maybe for your wife.
Right.
Thanks for whatever the great dinner, or thanks for packing my lunch today, or laying out my clothes, or taking them to the dry cleaners, or whatever, or just your coworker, thanks for having everything ready, right when I got here today. Just little things. So yeah.
Okay. Then let's talk. Give me an update on your United Way activities.
Well, there's been a lot. There's been a couple things going on, and I brought a few things to show you. I think I've showed you before, but this is the Gimme 5 campaign.
And I've got one to return to you.
Yay! Is it filled?
Well, it's somewhat.
Come on, let's get going, mister. Maybe I'm going to wait until you
That
get
was
him
my
up.
wife.
Okay, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That means he got 10 high fives.
Right.
Or $50.
Right.
So now he just needs 10 more. If you want me to take it, I will. But anyways, it's pretty easy to do. I've done a few of these so far.
Tell me the story on these.
This just really was an idea that somebody who works for us, Sarah Hurley, had. And it was intended for people who don't like to ask people for money, so you can put it on your social media. So she even put, I don't know if I brought my instructions in here. I have money in that. Real money. I don't know if I brought the instructions, but here it is. Yeah. There's instructions like how you can participate. You can, and how you spread the word, like put it on social media. And she even gave a sample post that people could use on Facebook. I'm doing the Gimme High Five for United Way fundraiser challenge. I'm excited to make a difference in honor of the 100th anniversary. For every $5 square on my sheet that you purchase, you'll help me reach my $100 goal to support the amazing work. And this is Sarah and I giving each other high five when we started it out. And so that was the intent, because some people don't like to ask for money.
Right.
So if you do this, people can go, I'll Venmo you $5, I'll Venmo you 10. Some people just gave me 100 and said, just here, take 100 and get out.
Yeah.
And I said,
Yeah.
okay. With my mom and a few other people. But anyways.
Is there a deadline to get these returned?
Well, if you turn them in before the centennial celebration, the 100-year birthday party, that's going to happen next Thursday, November 14th at 5:30 at the River Crab. We're going to do a drawing, and there's going to be a great prize, a couple of prizes that are
if you've turned them in.
for completed ones that are turned in to us ahead of that. I think because we had 1,000 printed, we'll probably continue and probably come up with some other incentive afterwards. We were hoping the 1,000 would be filled, because that would be how much money? 1,000 at 100, $100,000. So the goal is 900,000 for the campaign throughout the season, because that's the amount that's needed to fund all the programs that were funded last year. And for some people that don't know, some of the things that are funded are counseling services, emergency utility assistance. So maybe you're living paycheck to paycheck, something, your car broke down, and now you got to get your car fixed so you can get to work, but you can't pay your heating bill or your electric bill. United Way can help in those situations. Just contact their office. Maybe you just broke, or your mom broke her leg or something, and she needs some help getting around the house, so you can get a wheelchair and or crutches, different things like that from the medical loan closet at the United Way. But then they also...
That's pretty unique, that medical loan closet.
Yeah, there's a lot of different things there. And it's different. It can be different all the time, because people donate things too that are like in great shape that somebody else might need. So people can think of that too. If you have, something that you'd be able to, someone else could use, don't hesitate to call United Way and ask if they would like it in the loan closet. And anyways, so they do a lot of great things in the community. They fund the Dolly Parton reading program. It was started the Imagination Library. It's Riley Alley has been managing it for quite some time, but now she got promoted, so somebody else is probably managing it. But she's done a great job. Anyways, that's where kids 0 to 5 get a book every single month until they turn 5 years old in our county. Just sign them up.
And United Way is involved in that.
They help fund it, yep.
Oh, wonderful.
There's a lot more things, but anyways.
Thursday, November the 14th, you alluded to it. There's a big celebration at the River Crab, and it's called
Centennial Celebration.
Centennial Celebration.
And
you still got some seats available.
We have some seats available. We're doing pretty good. And there's also, you can sponsor right up until, I don't know how much press you can get that night other than us talking about your sponsorship. But, we also have sponsorships ranging from $100 friend sponsor to $5,000, but everything in between too, $500, $1,000, $3,000. A lot of the sponsorships also come with tickets to the event. If you were going to do that, you should let us know ASAP.
Right.
But other than that, the event, we have a lot of silent auction items, a lot of great things. We'll be having some fun raffles. We even got a really nice diamond necklace that was donated that will be raffled off. So it is, you order off the menu. It's not a buffet. It's a prefix menu, meaning there will be 4 items, 4 main courses, and it's a nice variety. It's like a salmon, a shrimp, a chicken, and then a vegetarian.
Yeah.
Everybody gets Caesar salad and rolls and pate, and everybody gets dessert.
Yeah.
So it's going to be great.
But it's the 100th anniversary of St. Clair County's United Way. That's an amazing number.
It is, and so it's not like the national 100th birthday, and we're only like 60 years old. It is St. Clair County 100 years in this community. So it really is a lot. And over the years, I should know right now, but I don't. The total amount that's been donated over all those years, but just a ton of money.
Forget about the money. It's how many people they've served over the years.
Right. Yeah, and tons of people have been served and helped. And that's what the goal of the United Way is. And one great thing about it, somebody said that they don't contribute because of all the administrative overhead. There's not administrative overhead. The money doesn't go somewhere national. It stays in St. Clair County. And the administrative percentage is very low. It's, I believe, 15% or less for administration.
Good.
And there's so many programs that get money, and then there's monitoring for all that. So there does have to be some level of administration, because you want to make sure that the people are using the funds in the way that they're supposed to, that they ask to use them. There's a citizens review committee that selects who gets the money. So the people, people submit their request for funding, it's vetted, and there's a review committee of citizens that help make those decisions and monitor that.
Historically, United Way has gone to manufacturing facilities and done payroll deduct. So that's why this kind of a thing, this Kate, give me 5, is something unique because it touches people who are maybe now not working.
Right. Maybe you're not working anymore, or you work for a place that doesn't do payroll
Right,
deduction.
right.
So you can give it that way. You can just drop off a check if you want. That's kind of a fun way to do it, though, I think. And it's not intended to replace payroll deduction, but at our work, we do offer payroll deduction. We have a lot of employees that are giving through that method, but we also have a lot of employees that are participating in this just for the fun of it. So.
Okay. All right, that's United Way. Veterans Day is just around the corner, and it's next week. November the 11th. How is St. Clair County Community Mental Health involved?
Well, we're actually off that day in honor of Veterans Day. But what I'd like people to know about is that we have a fabulous Veterans Navigator and a Veteran Peer Support Specialist. Wendy Martindale is our Veterans Navigator,
okay.
and then Victor Polito is our Veteran Peer Support Specialist. And so any veteran that needs assistance in this community, whether it's to help you connect to some resources, whether you need to get in for therapy, treatment therapy, things like that, or maybe you're not getting the entitlements that you are entitled to, the benefits you're entitled to. Wendy can help with all those things, so can Victor. And then both of them do different groups in the community. They have walking groups, they have coffee groups. There's all kinds of things. And if you go on our Facebook and or our website, you will see what all those things are happening. And you don't have to be like open for services with us to go to the groups. Any veteran in this county can go.
Okay.
So anyways, you can call if you want Wendy. Her number is 810-966-3755. And I thought we had a separate number for Victor here, but I don't see it. Oh, yes, I do. Victor's number is 810-278-3039. So either of them can be called, but you can also go on our website. You can get those numbers from there if you don't have a pen while you're watching this show.
Right. One organization that you're involved in is NAMI, N-A-M-I, and they are talking about stress during the holidays.
And NAMI stands for the National Alliance for
NAMI?
they say NAMI. NAMI stands for National Alliance for the Mentally Ill, and our local Blue Water area, NAMI, I believe Tori Ferris has been here talking about it. She's our local president, and she has been key in getting this initiative off the ground. So there's going to be a session at the Blue Water Clubhouse in Port Huron on Tuesday, November 12th at Managing Stress Through the Holidays. So it's free.
There's no stress in the holidays, is there?
Just a little. But yeah, so if you want any help with dealing with that stress, there's going to be some practical tips in the presentation to help you deal with the holiday stress.
Okay. Now, let's take a look.
Can I say one more thing about NAMI, please?
You can say everything about NAMI.
Thank you. They meet on the third Tuesday. Does it say that? Oh,
Mondays.
This is a different group.
Oh, that's a different group.
This is a peer-to-peer group. This is a new thing. It's a free 8-week session. It's an educational program for any adults with mental health conditions, and it's peer-led. So the person who leads it has been trained.
Oh, okay.
They've been trained by NAMI, but they are a person who has a mental health condition, and they're in recovery, and they're doing well. And so they try to help others. And
this started, but it's going to continue through December 16th.
Yes. Yep. And you could still get in because there's going to be more sessions of it.
Okay.
So if people are interested in get in this one, you can be in another one.
Okay.
And again, to get these things, you don't have to be open with us for services. Just anybody who fits the criteria. Like you are a person that has a mental health condition and you would like to talk to other people and get support from other people.
And that is so key to get that you're not alone. There are other people that have similar problems.
Correct.
Okay. All righty. How do people get a hold of you?
To get a
We
hold
got
of
a
us,
bunch of numbers for you.
we sure do. And I would say the most important is if you're in crisis, call our 810-966-2575 number. And if you're not even sure if you're in crisis or your friend, you're not sure, just call the number because you're going to get a human being answering that voice, answering that phone. It's been a long day, Paul. It'll be a human person. So you're not going to get a bunch of like press 2, press 3. And then you can talk about what's going on, what you're concerned about, and they'll give you tips, resources, or if you need a face-to-face visit from a mental health professional, they will come see you 24/7. And then the other number, if you're not in crisis, call 888-225-4447 and tell me you would like to get into our services.
And your services affect so many people in the county. You have locations around the county. You got a new one in Marine City.
We do.
You got one in Yale, I believe.
We have 2 in KPAC, 2 in Marine City, 1 in KPAC, and then 2 in Port Huron, and we're looking at possibly some additional space in Port Huron.
Wow.
Because the demand just continues to grow. Last year we served over 7,000 people.
Wow.
Which is almost 1,000 more than the year before.
Wow.
So yeah, a lot of people.
That's just amazing.
It is.
Did we miss anything?
I don't think so. You know,
A lot going on. How long is the United Way commitment for you?
I'm not sure.
All year?
It's for sure through the rest of this year.
Okay.
Yeah. And then sometimes there's a final wrap up in the spring, I think. I'm not sure.
Right.
So yeah, but you have time. We have the goal is 900,000, and if you're going through Port Huron, they put the meter out there. Although I don't think it's been updated lately. At least I pray it hasn't, because it's at the lower end. But that needle should be moving. If you are a business that would like to do payroll deduction, call the United Way, 810-985-8169. I even memorized that number by now. And so there are a lot of ways to give to the United Way.
Okay.
Call.
You're keeping it going, kid.
Trying.
You're keeping it going. You're just you're an amazing person.
Thank you, Paul. So are you.
You're way ahead of me, kid. Okay, you got all her telephone numbers and all of her activities, so we want to make sure that you contact the St. Clair County Community Mental Health for whatever your needs are, VA, or I love the first one was gratitude and kindness. We all gotta share that right now.
And that's so easy.
That's so easy. All right, we'll be back in just a second. Well, as we progress through the month of November, we've got a big deal coming up the first part of December, and the local coordinator for that whole event is Lisa Fountain. Lisa, welcome back to the Focus Center. Always a pleasure to see you.
Thank you for having me. I'm very much appreciated.
Because you are the coordinator for a wonderful project, which is a national project.
It is national.
But you are the local coordinator for southeastern Michigan, or for
No, not quite.
St. Clair County?
I'm the location coordinator for Allied Veterans in Lakeside Cemetery in Port Huron. But there are now Hillside in St. Clair
Right.
now is a participating location. And Woodland Cemetery in Port Huron. So we
Okay.
now have 4 cemeteries in St. Clair County that are participating.
Let's tell the people that don't know a thing about Wreaths Across America, what is it?
Wreaths Across America started in about 1991. A wreath maker up in Maine, he had some leftover wreaths. He didn't want them to go to waste. He remembered a visit to Washington, D.C. when he was a kid. He contacted Arlington. He was a very patriotic guy. Contacted Arlington, said, hey, can we bring him down? Arlington said yes. So on his dime, he trucked about 5,000 wreaths down.
5,000?
5,000 leftover wreaths. Trucked them down from Columbia Falls, Maine, and they placed them, and they continued to do that as a family with no notoriety, no nothing, just out of family patriotism. They did that until about 2005, 2006, and happened to be a Department of Defense photographer, happened to be in the cemetery after they had done it in, I think it was 2006, it might be 5. And what has become the iconic photo of the Arlington headstones with the wreath, that's become the iconic photo. From then on, Civil Air Patrol in Maine got involved, and then other organizations and family members of the veterans there in Arlington, you know, can we bring this to my home? And,
Yeah.
and it's just grown from there to, I just checked today, we're over 4,800 locations nationwide as of today.
Isn't that marvelous? That
And
is absolutely marvelous.
when I first started,
for
it
one
was-
person and one thought.
Yep.
That's great. Things
And,
can
and
happen.
it was never intended. And when I first started, there were 450 cemeteries.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
Amazing. Okay, so coming up, and they'll throw the slide up there, on the 14th of December
Yep.
is the nationwide celebration. Isn't it celebration is the wrong word?
It's a coming together to honor our veterans.
Okay, honor.
Yep.
Remember, honor, and teach, right.
Yes.
Join us on our mission December 14th. So you are going to be up at the hillside.
No, I'm going to be at Allied Veterans in Port Huron.
Port Huron.
I'm not sure. I just know I worked with Annette Sturdy
Right.
and the cemetery group
Here.
to get Hillside done.
Right.
And then I also worked with a group to get Woodland up and running and
Okay.
give them my advice and
Okay.
my experience.
What happens on the 14th?
The 14th, each cemetery is different, but I know from our cemeteries here in St. Clair County, Hillside Cemetery, I'm pretty sure starts at noon. My ceremony starts at noon at Allied Vets. Woodland Cemetery, in just not too far from us, they're going to start at 1 because we're hoping the volunteers will go to both of them there in Port Huron. All cemeteries are having a ceremony with the 8 ceremonial wreaths, and I'm pretty sure Port Huron Woodland is cemetery specific, and Hillside is cemetery specific, or cemetery. You can have wreath. You can put it grave specific. That's the
Okay.
word. In my case of Allied Vets, we just cover all the veterans' grave with what we have, so we don't do specific. Grave specific, we can cover every grave every year and then encroach in a little to Lakeside depending on how many we get.
So if I show up on the 14th at one of the 3 locations that we're familiar with, is there a pile of wreaths there, and,
Yes.
and we take them and you assign where we go, or somebody does?
All the wreaths will be in there at that cemetery location. There's a ceremony, and that all depends on what the location coordinator wants to
Right.
do. It's usually about 20, 25 minutes.
Right.
And then after that's done, it's okay, everybody go grab a wreath and go place that wreath.
Oh, wonderful.
And the key thing is, and we have to remind people every year, the whole idea is for the wreaths is to remember, honor, and teach. We're remembering those veterans, whether they died in service or they came home and retired and lived, a happy life.
Right.
We stop, we take a reverent moment, we say their name out loud, so
Wonderful.
their memory lives on.
Wonderful.
As long as their name is being said and out loud, then they will never die.
Right.
And so we really encourage, stop, take that moment, read that name, say that name, and keep that family member alive.
Cool. That's really cool.
One
What
thing-
a wonderful project.
One thing, if I can share, that we're doing different at Allied Vets.
There's a picture there of
Yeah, that's beautiful.
of somewhere in the United States where there was a lot of snow and a lot of wreaths.
Yep. We, in Allied Vets Cemetery this year, we're adding another wreath. Now, through Wreaths Across America, there's 8 official ceremonial wreaths that
Okay.
Wreaths Across America provides to us. This year, for the first time, we're adding a Gold Star wreath
Oh,
for Gold Star families.
okay.
And I happen to know the Dwayne Williams family.
Yes.
I met them years ago,
Right.
and we had this ceremony here in St.
Right.
Clair. But I approached them after that ceremony and I said, look, there's been a lot of talk between location coordinators around the country. And since I knew them, I said, would you be willing to present a Gold Star family wreath?
Oh, wonderful.
And so they have agreed to come and participate and do that. And one thing I would ask is anybody that knows any other Gold Star families of any conflict or war to reach out to me so I can find these out, so I can find other Gold Star families and have them honor their
And the
their
number
loved
is?
one. 810-841-5472.
841-5472.
Yep.
Okay, that's 841-5472, area code 810 if you got some information.
Yep.
You brought along a couple really fancy looking coins here. It's one coin on 2 sides
Yep.
here.
Those are challenge coins. That's a military thing. And about 7 or 8 years ago, I had money donated to me to purchase coins. And ever since that's been done, I sell the coins for $10 each, and 100% of the proceeds of those coins go towards wreath sponsorship. No money, you don't have to pay for the cost of the coin. The cost of the coin was paid 7 or 8 years ago. And every year it's a brand new coin.
Those are my hands here.
And this particular coin is cemetery specific.
Oh,
It's specific to Allied Veterans Lakeside Cemetery.
how can I contribute? How much does a wreath cost, and what's that how do you get involved in that?
Wreaths cost $17 each, and you can call me, contact me. I'll email you a form. The slide you have here, those wreaths go to Arlington, but feel free to contact me, and if you want to contribute a wreath to go to Hillside, if you want it to go to Woodland, if you want it to go to Allied Vets Lakeside, all you got to let me know. There's some codes we change on some
Yeah.
paperwork, and I send them to wherever you want to send them to.
So that's Lisa Fountain at 841-5472, area code 810.
Correct.
841-5472.
Yes.
Lisa, I think it's just you and I've done this a number of years.
Yes, we have.
And it's growing, which is wonderful,
Mhm.
and it's a great way to honor the deceased and the veterans, and it's just, it handles so much.
It makes their family feel good.
Yeah.
And keep in mind, they don't have to die in service. They
Right.
could have come home and lived a life. What we're doing is we're not placing a Christmas wreath. We are placing a remembrance wreath. Keep in
Okay.
mind, there are certain religions that don't celebrate
Yes.
Christmas. We're remembering that veteran for his or her service with that at that time of year, and the families really appreciate it that we aren't letting their family members' service and sacrifice go unnoticed at that time of year.
Wreaths still coming out of Maine?
Yes, they are. Morrill Worcester still coming out of Maine.
And how many wreaths must they provide?
Last year they did over 3 million wreaths.
Oh, wow, that's amazing.
And Morrill Worcester, who started this and currently has the contract, he has an official contract to do these wreaths. He has 65,000 acres of what he calls tip lands to make those wreaths.
Wow, 60, all up in Maine.
All up in Maine. It's a beautiful place. Been there. It's a gorgeous place.
Lisa, I salute you. You do such wonderful work.
It's not about me. It's all about the
I know
veterans
that,
and their
but
families.
you're the person that pushes it and gets it done.
Yep.
So we thank you.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And thanks for your support for letting me come on here and talk about it.
I'm glad to do that. Lisa Fountain, she's got all the information for you. 841-5472. That's 841-5472 area code if you want to contribute or get involved. That's about it for this edition of the Focus program. Thanks very much for tuning in. Till next time, I'll see you. Paul Dingeman. Thanks.
Thanks for watching Focus with Paul Dingeman. Focus is produced at the CTV Community Television Studios in St. Clair. For over 20 years, CTV has captured the moments that matter to our community.